Hello adventurer, welcome to Scratch Quest. Today in our this video, we'll be practicing question number 3. Previously in question number 2, we discussed about how to take number from the user and check whether the given number is positive, negative or 0. Now in this video, we'll be answering this question. Write a C programming to find whether a given year is leap year or not. So first of all, we must know what is a leap year. Normally, in a year there is 365 days, but in a leap year, which is a rare kind of year, there is 366 days. So one extra days. This leap year doesn't come occasionally; it comes rarely. Did I say the same thing? Okay, move on. Let's move on. So to find whether a given year is leap year or not, there is a method to do that. That is seeing if the given year, for example 2020, a given year is divisible by if divided with 400 will give us the remainder of 0. If dividing a given year a year will with 400 will give us 0, then it's a leap year. But let's say it is not divisible by 400 and will not give us the remainder of 0, then will the given year not be a leap year? Well, in here we have to check twice. So after seeing if dividing with 400 will give us remainder of 0 or not, then if it doesn't give the remainder of 0, let's say it gives us 2 3 and stuff like that, we have to check another condition, that is checking whether or not if dividing the given year, for example 2020, will with 4 will give us the remainder of 0, and if it is not, if dividing with 100 will not give remainder of 0. So the first condition is checking whether if dividing with 400 will give us 0 or not. But let's say the first condition doesn't apply, but we don't directly say, oh, it's not a leap year. We have to check again, that is by dividing the year with again 4 and checking if it is divisible by 100. It is not divisible by 100, sorry. So there are two conditions. First condition or first step is to check whether or not by dividing with 400 will give us 0. If it divides with 0, okay, fine, we don't have to check the later this part. But let's say the dividing with 400 will not give us the remainder of 0, then we check the later part, which is this condition where if dividing with 4 will give us 0 but dividing with 100 will not give the 0. So considering this in mind, we will write the code. So let's start. Obviously, as we are asking the user for the given year, we need printf and scanf for asking the user for the given year. So we need stdio.h, as stdio.h is a file where there is printf and scanf, which we will need in this code. So after, I have the mistake in here, after including the file where there is a printf and scanf, we start programming by opening the gate of main, and as I have put int as after in front of main, we must write return 0 to let the computer know that the program has run successfully. So return 0 and send this. Now we will write the code inside here. int main started our program. So after int main, first we need to tell the user to enter a year. If they don't see the screen where it doesn't say enter the year, they will not know what to do. So we must tell the user first of all, enter a year. Now let's run this first. Up to now, users see what to do. Now we scan what user have entered. To scan that, we must need a variable which can store the year. So after int main, we first need a variable that can store a year. As there is just one variable or one number we need to take, we can just take int a. We will take integer as there is no floating here, like there is no such thing as 2022.3. Yes, if we are taking 1 2, we can use a floating value, but as we are taking just year, we will take integer. Now we are telling the computer to store the value of a, to make the variable only store integer value. And in the scanf we are telling percentage, as there is int, we have to use percentage d, which is the format specifier of integer. We will use a percentage d to tell the computer to store the value of a in here. It acts as a placeholder. Then we tell where to put the value entered by the user, which is obviously in a. So in scanf we are telling the computer to expect an integer in here. Then after user enters a number, the value entered by the user goes from here to the address of a. This ampersand is telling to store in the address of a. After we scan the number, here we can enter the number, so 2023, stuff like that. Up to now the data is being stored in the value of a, so 20302 is being stored at the a. So after scanning we have to check. Now comes the important and a hard part, which is checking whether a number is a leap year or not. After we get the number, we check if a is first of all divisible by 400. If the given year divided by 400 will give us remainder 0. Now can you tell me what mistake I have done? I hope you have picked up that is I haven't used double equal to sign. This equal to sign is if I use just a single equal to sign, it will give an error, as it is saying to me to transfer the 0 value to 400, but the double equal to is telling is equal to, so it is a counter language of saying equal to. So here you can see this division sign. So there is two way of dividing in C programming, that is using this slash and or using this divide sign we are using. So if we use this divide sign, this slash, it will give, for example, 2 divided by 4 is 2. So this will give us the actual division number we need. But this division 2 divided by 4 will give us the remainder. 2 divided by 4 will give us the remainder of 0. So this division we are using is used to show the remainder, and this slash is used to show the actual answer, as we are seeing whether the remainder is 0 or not. So after dividing a given year, for example 2000 divided by 400 will give us the remainder of 0 or not. We are checking that, so we are using this sign of division. Now let's make this comment. So in if a divided by 400 is equal to 0, what we are doing is checking whether or not given year when dividing with 400 will give us the remainder of 0. If it does, it's a leap year. But now comes the really interesting part. Previously we can do this question two way. We can do if a is divisible by 400 is equal to 0, and write the condition. I will remove this first of all. Printf is a leap year. Now after we check that, we have to again, let's say this if condition doesn't apply and it is not true. Now we have to check after that, as we have said, we have to check another condition, which is this condition, that is 2020 divisible by 4. So we have to check this, else if, as we still have another condition where it's not a leap year. If the first condition doesn't apply, where a divisible by 400 is not, it will not give us a remainder of 0, then we again have to check another condition, that is else if a divided by 4 will give us 0, will give us will give us is equal to 0. And to say n in C programming, use double ampersand. If we use one ampersand, we are saying address of variable, but if we use double, we are saying n. So we must understand the language of C programming. We are communicate with the computer. So a divided by 400 is equal to 0, and on the condition that is not divisible by 100. So a when divided with 100 must not give us to say not equal to, we have to say it is not equal to, we have to use this exclamation sign. It's like, oh no 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 no, it's like saying no, is not equal to will not give us this. So else if this condition is all true, then printf is a leap year. Only then, if these are not, if all this condition is not true, only then you can use else, which is else, my keyboard, else printf is not a leap year. Now this is a first method of doing, which is a long one, and there is repeated line here. So it's a leap year, it's a leap year. If the first condition doesn't apply, look at the second condition, and if first condition applies, it's a leap year. If it doesn't apply, wait a second, we again have to check if the second condition also apply. If the second condition applies, it's a leap year. Then if both of these conditions doesn't apply, then this last condition needs to be applied, which is it's not a leap year. There is a year in 16. Okay, oh, so I haven't put semicolon here. So let's say enter 2020. It's not a leap year. You can check in Google. 2028 is a leap year, so we can do is 2028 is a leap year. So when you go to Google to check whether a given year is what year is a leap year, 2028 is one of the leap year. So it has completed our C programming. But wait a second, this is a very simple way of doing of checking whether a number is leap year or not. This is a correct way. Yes, this is a correct way, but a long one. This is a short code, but when doing large coding in C, there comes in professional use another method rather than making separate else if for same condition. So in if, and here you can see, if the first condition doesn't apply, we have to go to the second condition. Both these conditions have the same output. We need the same output. If first condition doesn't apply, we have to check the second condition. If first condition apply, is a leap year. If it doesn't apply, then you look at the second condition. Both needs to goes to the same output, is a leap year. Yes, this is a correct way of doing it. This is a simple way of doing checking whether or not given year is leap year. Now let's do another method. That is on a little bit hard, but let's practice. So let's call that printf is a leap year. We need this condition So previously we have said if this condition does apply, we have to check whether or not this condition applies. If first condition applies, good, it's a leap year. If it doesn't apply, we have to check it's like second two-step verification. Then we have to check this condition applies or not. So to do that, we use this thing called OR. We all have I hope you have learned about OR gate in our previous videos. OR gate is like saying A or B. You want apple or orange. If you don't want orange, you must want an apple. If you don't want orange, you must like an apple. So you must choose one, but which one? That is this use of OR. So to represent OR in C programming, we use this two line. So just like how we use n to say uh, n in, like, so we use ampersand, to double ampersand to say n. In C programming we use this double line to say or. If a percent is 0, n, if it doesn't apply, then n a, we just have done this. If a is divisible by 4 is equal to 0, n, as we have said, n a divisible by 100 is not, what we did, not equal to 0, then printf is a leap year. So let's run it. There is an error. Okay, I haven't done this in 8th line. I've done this mistake anywhere. I really don't know where after the mistake. If 8% 400 is, see, this is a hard code, so the first code is also doable, but I want to do the hard part, which is checking if 8% is 400 is then or 8% is 4 is equal to 0, and 8% is 100 is not equal to. Have I not done this? If a2 code generation, I have done mistake in here. Is this not accepting my like code in here? I hope it is. Okay, I will see you if I have corrected code or not. Okay, I saw my problem here. So the first problem was that I put exclamation part before the exclamation. So we was first put the exclamation part first, then the equal to part, to say it is not equal to. So we are saying not equal, we are saying to the computer not equal to. The not is the exclamation part and the equal part is this equal to. So it's a computer way of communicating. So we use not equal to. Then I forgot to put the bracket in here, as this is two condition, not a single condition. We are saying if a percent is 400 is true, then printf. If it is not true, then go to this condition. So there is two condition in here. If first condition applies, so if say if a percent is doing, go to here, or if this condition doesn't apply, or you don't want this condition, okay, then check this condition, then go to this condition. We are saying to computer like that. I think there is going to be error. Okay, what have I done? What have I done? Okay, I'll run this. Okay, I have done the mistake of putting double brackets. I have just ended my code in here. So what we have done is, so see in here, first bracket, second bracket. The first bracket is of this one, and second bracket of this one. So in overall we are saying first check this condition. You want a or b. We are saying a, this is or this is a comment, and we are saying a or b. We are saying like a or b. If you want a, then okay, you can say it's a leap year. If you don't want a, go to the b, then it's a leap year. If you don't want any of that, go to the on the line, that is else printf. Okay, what I've done. Finally my code is correct. I hope I haven't bored you. Enter year 2028 is a leap year and my code is correct. So this is my code where I check given year is leap year or not by checking if it is divisible by 400. If the first condition doesn't apply, we have to check two-step verification. If it applies, we go to the next step. If it doesn't apply, we check whether or not it is, when dividing with 4 will give us 0, and dividing with 100 will not give us the 0. So this is a fun way of knowing whether or not a given year is leap year or not. So yeah, I will meet you in our fourth question. Bye bye.